All right, everybody. I wanted to get back on my thoughts on all this for people could understand because I want people to understand there's a difference between us investing in the stock to make money and us aligning ourselves with this company. Now, my feelings on this company, everybody knows I hate this company. I hate everything about them. From their popcorn, I think I hate the color red now. But let me explain something to you. You see, this thing I said earlier is neither here nor there as far as making money. It's kind of a fluff piece that they did because realistically, how much money is this really going to bring to them? AMC theaters will soon charge according to where you choose to sit. Now, obviously, the company announced this, um, whatever. Front seats are now, value sightline seats and cost less, while seats in the middle are called prefer sightline, and then it will cost more, yada yada yada. But here's the thing about it, and this thing right here, this the move comes as movie theaters struggle to compete with streaming services. Now, I said this a year and a half ago, and people said I was crazy, but here you go. And overcome the obviously, to being inside of indoor spaces. That's the challenge of it. But the reality is, not to mention the fact that Hollywood is making fewer movies for theatrical release. Now, that is something going into the future AMC has to deal with. And that has nothing to do, with the half a cough. What it has to do with is the fact that now, studios are putting together movies that are going direct to streaming, like Netflix is going direct to streaming. So that's killing a lot of the AMC movie money into the future. So this idea of charging per seat, well, guess what? If I sit at home and watch Netflix or Hulu or one of the other ones or Prime, it's a lot cheaper than going to the theater. AMC lost nearly 700 million in the first 3 quarters of 2022, 1.7 billion in 2021, and 4.6 billion in 2020. Now, with all this kind of things that are going on here, and they're talking about variable pricing, um, that only happens in demand. Like you could probably get away with that in some markets, but no. But here's the deal. Read this part here. The reality of movie theaters in the United States is that the overwhelming majority of shows are more than half empty. That's one thing that people need to understand. This business model is on its last legs going forward. It's reality. Like I said here, unless it's a blockbuster movie opening weekend, theaters are packed. A lot of people will buy a less expensive ticket and then move to a higher price seat. Think about it. Who's going to control this inside in major cities? Yeah. But then let's go a step further. You got this guy. Look at this one. If he catches you in the no touch zone, anyway, I don't want to get into that. But this guy here, he blasts AMC theaters for a new ticket pricing thing, and it says it's going to penalize people of lower income. Now, here's where it starts to get interesting. Now, this starts to become a social justice type equality inequality movement. And guess what? He put it out in a tweet. Now, this is already gaining steam. So now it looks like AMC is basically penalizing the poor. So I'm just gonna tell you, they just made a in this world right now. Yeah, this is a bad, and you have a major person in Hollywood tweeting out that you can read it here. The movie theater has always been a democratic space. Wait a minute, I didn't even see that one. So now it's a sacred democratic space for all. I don't know about that, but nonetheless, and whatever. Anyway, so basically, penalizing people for of lower income and reward for higher income. See, when you start to see things like this is like when you start to see people in Starbucks. I stand for solidarity. We must unionize. Like we stand for almond milk. When you see that, that's a no bueno thing. Okay, so you're gonna start charging for. pricing where you sit. You even have Hollywood coming now against you, like in the last couple of hours. But remember, people, you got to remember this. This piece here, okay, you have to understand the bonus and pay. Whoop, 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 whoop. When you take a look at all this, like for real, why don't you just, I don't know, give back your bonus and don't penalize people for seating? Now you understand why they're gonna have, now why they're gonna drop those shares to make money. Because the reality is, let's face it, there's, if this picks up steam, this piece right here, and let me tell you something, yeah, this is the almond milk community right here. Look at how many people put a heart to this. Okay? So a movement is starting that, let's face it, this and this, yeah, that just doesn't work. But like I said, it does not matter here nor there. What we're looking for is the rip, you know, on either side before and after the conversion. But we're not, we do not belong to AMC. Do you understand? We're just here for the money. You know, you could decide whatever you want to do, if you want to stay long term or whatever. But I just told you right now, when you start to see things like this, let me tell you something. This looks like hashtag, you know, Me Too type stuff. And if this picks up steam and it's already at 83,000 or 84,000 on the first day, yeah, I don't think it's gonna sit well when people find articles like this. Hold on a second. Struggling movie theater chain AMC is paying its CEO 3.57 million in bonus. How many seats is that? Other top executives are entitled to bonuses between 173 and 507,000. I mean, extraordinary efforts of employees during, yeah, yeah. There you go. Now you know why I hate this company. I'm a capitalist, but at the end of the day, this was a very interesting scenario because it was everyday people that bought into the shares and pumped it up and yada yada yada. They kept the company afloat. Yeah. Uh-huh. You just you just can't make this shit up anymore.